Morning everyone, it's Brian, SLC Farms. Well, today's video is going to be a little bit different than doing hay. So we got our mechanic friend here at the house helping us out a little bit, doing some work to one of our hauling trailers. So today, our trailer, she's getting full bearings, brakes, the whole works. Just going through it, making sure that she's ready to go for all the winter hauling we'll be doing, because that tends to be what I end up doing in the winter time, is hauling a lot of hay for me and for other farmers around the area. So our mechanic friend Kurt, I've got to be in the field today, and that's why he's here. It's just me. It's not that I can't do this job or don't want to do this job. It's I don't have time to do this job. But he's gonna allow me to film him, and so we're gonna set the camera up and show you what's going on and how to change brakes on a semi. All right, guys, remember, if you like this video, pound that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you hadn't, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Remember, find us on Facebook, Instagram, and here on YouTube. All right, thanks for watching. All right, so this will be the last wheel he's got to get apart here, and he's got some cool tricks that maybe some of you guys can watch and learn off of on how to be able to get these big heavy wheels and stuff out. So this is a freehaul trailer, and so it's got older style axle. The wheels are usually a pain in the butt to get on and off, and he's got some tricks on how to take this whole wheel, both tires off at the same time without having to do everything for this kind of job. So y'all just watch, and like I say, I hope you enjoy this video. All right, you're wanting to go, I mean, because it'll be a little bit before I got to go still anyways, yeah.
Well,
but you want the bus after we get this
well,
one off?
yes, get this one off.
You want to go ahead and swap the drums?
Yes.
Okay.
And like I say, because then if you have to leave, I can manage everything else.
Okay.
You know, we can go from there.
All right.
I need a drink.
Heard that. It's going to be 90 almost. All right, so right now we're just letting the oil drain out of the hub, and we'll come back in just a second and snatch that wheel off, show you the special trick on how to get all that off and not kill yourself. All right, so what Kurt's doing now is he's taking two mats that are mud flaps, takes tire soap and coats those mud flaps with tire soap, and then he'll slide those up underneath the set of duals there, and that allows a good slick surface to be able to slide those tires off by yourself. Now, Kurt, where'd you learn this trick?
I've learned it probably 15 years ago from guys that do a lot of work on trailers out on the road. You can get wheel dollies, but obviously out here they're not going to work. So what works the best is an old piece of trailer door, because it's got the aluminum on it. And you can make it any length you want, and it's rigid, so when you set the tire down on, there's no flex, and that works really well.
Slides better. Okay.
Oh yeah, it just slides right off.
Now, if you noticed, he put the mud flap that's under the tire, it goes on top of the mud flap that's outside, and that allows them to slide on top of each other. All right, so we got all of our wheels off. We're fixing to change out the drums. Thought I'd go through and show you a few parts on the trailer and what they are for those that don't know. So right here you have your brake shoes. These are traditional drum style brakes. And we're going to change these brake shoes out. These here aren't too bad. They've actually got some pad left on the upper. The bottom is wore a little bit worse. This trailer has airbags on it, and they've all been replaced recently. Before I bought the trailer, somebody had put new airbags on it. But right here, this is called the spindle. And the spindle is what your tires and your hub and all mounts to. Okay, so right up here, this is going to be your outer bearing, and we have not knocked the inner bearing or the seal out yet. This is a locking washer. This is a castle nut. This is a cotter pin. And then this is your oil bath cap or cover. So we have all new parts back here for each wheel. I went to our local truck pro, and honestly, everything is fairly reasonable. I think parts sometimes for these big trucks and trailers, considering their size, are cheaper than car parts. I think this set of brakes right here cost about $38, and it comes with all new hardware, new springs, new rollers, pins, everything like that. Then you got a brand new brake drum. If you're going to replace your brakes on a semi, you replace your drums. It's just good common practice. While we're in there with the age of the trailer, even though the bearings look fine and all, we have gone ahead and bought seals and bearings for everything. So we have oil seal. This is what that goes on the back of the wheel. We'll knock that out here in just a second. And then you've got your bearings. You got a front bearing and a rear bearing for each wheel. New caps with O-rings on them. We've got new clevises. This is what activates the brakes on the brake chamber. And all new bolts to hold the brake drums on. We replaced those as well. Doing the whole 9 yards. Like I say, we want to be safe going down the road. And just time to go through her and make sure she's good to go. We've owned the trailer now for a couple months. And just good common practice. Like I say, we had one wheel that definitely needed, and good common practice to go through. So here's the 2 sets of wheels from this side, and right inside this is our brake drum that we're going to replace, and then this is going to be our seal, and we got an inner bearing right here. We'll knock out the races and all that stuff. So that's what we're fixing to get to now.
Everything else, the more of them you get out there, the more problems you're going to find.
Well, and that's what, but he liked the way that the battery installation was. But so the kit I want on Amazon is about $380.
Did you grab your gloves?
Yeah. But, you know, I just crashed my drone. Well, I think the battery fell out midair, the drone crashed, and then it got ran over by a car, and it destroyed it. So I had to spend another $260 to replace my drone. And
you ready to make some noise?
Sure. Got to knock the seal and stuff out of there.
What?
I guess you ain't even got to knock the seal and stuff out of there, do you? It comes out with the drum.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
My biggest thing is I want to get the drums changed over in case you got to leave.
Yeah. Well, I'm like I say, I only got to leave around 12:30, something like that.
Okay.
So I can start bailing.
Well, we get a lot of shit done by then. You ready? You want to put that against the ground?
I will as it moves once it breaks loose. See which way it's going to go. You going up or down?
Wherever you want to go.
Just go up.
Okay.
Leave that top bolt through so it'll hang.
Okay.
next shot, I'm gonna try to get in closer to what you're doing. And then I'll get in one of mine, what I'm doing. Sunlight really sucks, but try to zoom this in maybe. What's your preference on penetrating oil, sir?
I like this Castle Thrust. I buy it from a vendor up in Statesville. They're out of New York.
All right, there you go, guys. Castle Thrust.
Which one do you want to be on, Brian?
Let's just start on that outside. Same one you did last time. These things need something on this side because well, they're kind of rounded off.
You ready?
Yeah.
Go to the next top one.
Hold on, I gotta get the bolt down.
You want to spray some stuff on there?
Yeah. Rounded off. Yep, next one up.
You ready?
Yep.
Let's go this one.
That one there?
Yeah. Can you get it?
Maybe. I don't know if I'll be in your way. No, there we go. I'll probably do that one.
Do the bottom one? Or which one do you want to go to?
Yeah, do that bottom. All right, ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
Last one.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep. You want me to roll that other wheel over here?
Yeah, we can do it so we don't have to.
Now, this guy uses nothing but top quality tools, guys. They all come from Kmart and Walmart. Best stuff you can get.
What'd you say?
I said you use nothing but top quality tools from Kmart and Walmart. Sometimes he splurges and goes to Harbor Freight.
Ready?
Yeah. Going down or up?
Down.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. All right, now hold on a second. I'm gonna reposition this camera. Yep.
Ready? Make sure that drum don't fall on an air hose. Touch your toes. We should have enough time to.
You go ahead and knock them things out.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, I'd go ahead and get your tool out. I'm just. Right now he's knocking the race out of the wheel. I'll show you in just a second what a race is. The race actually holds the bearing. It's actually a harder steel than the bearing. Alright, so this is what a race looks like here. This is it's got a tapered edge on it. Right there, the same taper that the bearing has. I don't know if you can see that the bearing has a taper, but they fit inside each other, and that's what allows that's what the bearing spins on right there. And never seen this is a wheel bearing. Common on, they're just smaller on like a trailer. Don't use at home. Most front wheels of cars have bearings like this. A lot of switch now to unibearing, especially front wheel drive cars. But that's what a race and a bearing looks like. I'm not with it this Monday morning. I worked too many late nights over the weekend. Yeah, you know, when we went inside there, just a second ago, she was getting those balloons and stuff taken. Mom, I was like, yeah, I told you to go ahead and do that. She's like, yeah, I just figured you can call me and tell me when you need me. I was like, see, that's not it. You take that and go visit Mom a minute, and then you leave and come back. You know, it's like, I can't wait on you 45 minutes. When I need you, I need you. which end?
Small end.
For knocking it out. Doing all this. If I can keep it out of your Earl. And I'm wondering,
Pop the seal with that.
you're gonna just let it pop out when you drive the race out?
What?
I was just gonna let it pop out when I drove the race
Well,
out.
I always pop them out laying on the ground, because then you're not fighting the tire twisting.
Okay. Now, are these the same seals as what was in that other wheel?
What's the first one we took off?
Yeah.
Yeah, the same style.
Because didn't you want me to change whatever
Well,
style?
this style, if I'm not mistaken, you pound onto the spindle and then you put the hub on.
Okay.
Where the new ones,
That's why they popped out so easy.
well, yes, because and that's why they come off harder, because you actually, because they've got the wear sleeves on the axle, and you install it all on the axle at first, and then you put your hub on. Where the ones we got, we pound in after we put it together with. I've got so much crap to do anymore. It gives me time to catch up. If you want a pair of pliers to hold that, just let me know.
I don't need your junk pliers.
Oh shit.
Amazon special.
Harbor Freight.
Tell you what though, you need to watch Wrangler Star do the test. He just did it with the Knipex side cutters.
Yeah.
Most expensive, which is 35 bucks. Pair of side cutters on Amazon, or wire cutters, versus the cheapest, which came in a 4-pack, but if you divided the four pairs of pliers, was like 52.
Uh-huh.
The 352 ones will amaze you. But they were not the Knipex, and he calls the Knipex because they're German made. He says that the Germans are the superior race. You know, that's what. I don't know if you've ever watched Wrangler Star or not. It's Wrangler Star, the modern homesteader. I'd never heard of him until a little while back, and I can get into some of his stuff, not all of it, but very well educated man, and he always did the fire stuff. He lives out there and where they have all those wildfires, and he fought wildfires, and he's a pretty good woodsman as far as like running a chainsaw and stuff like that, and really good builder. But he's been every week or whatever doing tool reviews of the cheapest on Amazon, because he's trying to put together the man's toolbox or whatever, like an affordable, but what do you need? What of it do you need that's the best?
Do you have a bench grinder?
Oh yes.
Go use it.
Yes sir. If you go all the way back left, I'll turn on the lights off for you.
That's nice.
Should I take these oily, or I just wipe off with a rag? That just sounded like a dumb question, didn't it? My clean gloves all dirty. Had these things for 4 years, never got them black. It's because I don't ever wear gloves. Figured I'd smarten up today, one day. The only thing smart I've done. Like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put the, set it. See, this is where I took the memory cloth too.
Okay.
And I clean that lip up.
Okay.
Now wipe your bearing erase back off where you get the shit. There's some memory paper right here. Rip you off a piece.
So you went and said rip you off a piece?
Yeah.
I'm fine, just rip the whole thing. Need an air blower, you got one out?
Yep.
Okay. You don't have a race driver.
You know, I really don't change a lot of bearings and races anymore. And the tool's like $350. Now, if I did this all the time, yeah, hit that son of a bitch. Hey, did you, Brian?
I didn't put the bearing